What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. Sorry I didn't get a video to you guys out yesterday, although nothing much had changed. So I just went ahead and did 2 streams to kind of answer more questions. And then we also did that Pokemon card opening. So for everyone who tuned out for that, had a lot of fun, got some pretty cool cards. So if you like this content, if you like everything I'm bringing, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Please bring me all of your questions. And thanks again for all the love and all the other chats, because I said I still participate in a lot of the live streams, even if I'm not the guest that day. And for all the people who come and give me shout outs, I said it means the world. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian, where you'll get updates on my charts, Twitch, YouTube videos, anything that I may be doing at the time, and then links for Twitch, Discord, all the goodies are going to be down below. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. If we head over to CoinMarketCap, I'm going to hit the refresh here. We can see that our market cap is going down. It's already gone down about 30 billion in the last hour. As we are starting to see another drop, which we're going to go over today. Honestly, didn't think that it would happen this fast or this violent, so I'm going to see if we can put some news to the charts, but most of the time it's usually just the charts playing out. And for that, I'm going to bring out a bunch of technical indicators, some you may have not used, to kind of broaden your arsenal of tools, because technical analysis is good for predicting how to invest in the market, for timing it, but overall fundamental analysis and understanding how everything works is going to give you the best understanding for long-term growth of the crypto space and everything in general. So right now Bitcoin is down about 9%. We're getting closer to testing that $30,000 area again, possibly crashing through. We did have some big moves with, say, Cardano and a couple of the other altcoins. However, it looks like they have been getting reduced here quite quickly, because we were up to like almost 30% on quant, and now we're slowly getting down, and then it's red beyond this, going all the way down. So first, if we head over to Bitcoin dominance here, we can see that we are at 47 on TradingView here, and we know the patterns we've been following as we've been crashing further and further down, and now we have recovered a little bit, got rejected, and now we have what we can pretty much confidently say some sort of pattern forming here. We have resistance, 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 support, support. So now the question is, will Bitcoin dominance actually go up from here and kind of retest, say, 49.50-ish area, which could be possible, because if Bitcoin was to drop right now, mostly the alts would probably take a bigger hit, so we'd actually see Bitcoin dominance go up as the price is dropping. However, we were seeing a lot of momentum on the altcoins, so let's say Bitcoin just kind of consolidates sideways here, we may actually see Bitcoin dominance drop down close to around 43, 44, have like a little mini alt season, and I say very mini because it would be very short-lived, a couple days, weeks, as other coins potentially pop off, but it wouldn't be very many. And then we could actually live out this little bear pennant here and break to the downside, which would actually bring us to much lower levels that if we went to the weekly here on Bitcoin dominance and look back, would be back to those levels that we hit at our all-time low in January of 2018. And this is when Bitcoin hit its top, started to correct to the downside, and alts had their last big rally here. So we could see that exact same thing happen again here. We get down to around 37, maybe even lower, 35 on Bitcoin dominance. Well, just looking at Bitcoin dominance alone isn't going to be enough to let us know, are we going up or down? All it's telling us right now is that Bitcoin is getting more money. It's worth more money than the altcoins at this time. So we have to add other things to kind of give us the bigger picture. Well, we can go to the total market cap on the actual TradingView instead of just using the aggregator's value here. And when we look at this, we have 2 fibs that are overlapped on each other. We have a long-term fib, which goes from the entirety of cryptocurrency, where we can see we had trouble at the $2 trillion point, and we got rejected at 1.8 even when we came back down. So right now the biggest support that we have is back down at probably around $1 trillion in this area. So if I put back that other fib I had on here, oops, I guess it didn't save. Let me just pull this bad boy up, and we'll just go from the high here to the low that we have now. And something interesting that we see is this resistance here had turned to support at this point. So even if we were to say Bitcoin drop a bunch more, I do expect that, this 1.1 to $1 trillion area would be a very good buy-in point. Again, I'm just a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice. And, people keep saying buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. I personally am still buying the dip with whatever fiat I have. As you guys know, I actually ran out about a week ago, but you know, God and behold, we'll be having some more of that fiat coming in here soon. So, you know, if we were still down at these prices, I personally will still continue to buy the dip. I think that 30,000, you know, plus or minus 5, so down to about 25 is the low for Bitcoin, and that the cycle is not over. So if that was the case, is $25,000 Bitcoin versus $31,000 Bitcoin that we're at right now really going to matter when we're back up to 65,000 or back above that? You know, I do expect that during this run, you know, we are going to see some sort of movement to the upside, at least to perform a double top. So like say that it was over and we just come up, we get shit on right around 65, and then we start the bear market. You know, if it around this time frame we're only about this price, I'm probably going to go ahead and start getting out of my Bitcoin here and go into some maybe a last run on alts, and then after that I'm going to be a big fiat pig for a little while just to get bearings and, you know, restart this process again, because in the bear market I switch from, you know, my hodl portfolio gets much bigger on the side, but it's only bought back up as the price is going down. So, you know, I'm still waiting to see if we can have this pump. I think that 65,000 here is going to be the low of the next cycle, just like the price in May here was the low of this cycle, and the price that we reached here in May was the low for that cycle. And to me, this just seems like a very logical thing. It fits most Fibonacci goals. It's actually in between about 90% of what analysts are agreeing on and disagreeing on. So for now, until this is, you know, invalidated, which of course we won't know if this is invalidated until the end of the year, because, you know, this doesn't help me predict what's going to happen here in the short term. This is helping me predict what's going to happen in the look at Bitcoin dominance, and we can see that it is rising as Bitcoin's price is currently going down. You know, here in the short term, it's not looking very bullish, and we can find even more information that is saying that it's less bullish and more bearish. The problem is how bearish is it really? Is it bearish for the next year and a half, or is this just bearish for until we're fully corrected and then we start to continue on this bull run further, right? I have no idea. I could be 100% wrong. We hit the top and I'm just going to be preaching by the dip here until, you know, September, August, and then by that point I'm going to go, shit, maybe I shouldn't have bought the dip. That's 100% possible, and if that's the case, I'm going to look like an idiot. But with the knowledge that I have now and the information I have, I feel that that has a lower probability than the outcome that I am hoping for. So with that, I'm willing to take the risk in the bet. And of course, I do not have all of my money in crypto. I will be able to survive regardless of if crypto crashes, right? And I know a lot of people aren't in that same boat. So, you know, one of the things I definitely recommend is not only diversifying your crypto portfolio, but also diversifying your portfolio overall, right? So for me personally, I have some, you know, gold and silver, you know, gold being like my watch, and I actually have physical silver and some physical gold, whether it be little toy things that I got from Japan that's 0.3 grams of gold, to I have a little portfolio of stocks. Of course, 90% of that is still in crypto. So, you know, during these times, I definitely don't want to just be selling and buying into the news. And the fact that everybody keeps thinking it's going to go down and down and down, starting to make me think that we might actually do the opposite, right? So what makes me think that? Well, first, the bearish stuff is we have, you know, potentially 3 CME gaps down below us here. This is the Bitcoin futures. Right here, the 25,000 was my, you know, estimated lowest low, which, you know, I've had posted on multiple Wyckoff charts that I've, you know, updated and stuff, because, you know, I want you guys to see that, you know, as these things develop, did it work out? Did it not work out? It doesn't matter which way it happened. It's helping us learn and become better analysts of the market, you know, and not just looking at candlesticks, but actually understanding what's happening in the background of everything going on. So we have this one first CME gap starting at around, you know, 26,000. We have a super tiny one right at around 19,000. And of course, this one that got everybody talking about CME. This is where everybody learned what a CME gap was, right fucking here, July of last year. And we still haven't filled that gap. Now, in crypto, doesn't, you know, technically they don't have to fill, but they tend to fill in the stock market. So, but with looking at our futures, it's not looking the best. Well, what else can we look at? Well, we can look at the longs and shorts on Bitfinex. So right here, I have the Bitcoin longs. When I look at this chart, this basically helps me with momentum. And I think it's really good to use with Market Cipher. Right here, we can see on the longs, it was time to short on about May. And we can see here that this is when the short started to really take off, right? Now, one of the things that's weird though is right now it's actually a good time to long Bitcoin according to Market Cipher when you apply it to this chart. And what I'm going to say is you can't just use it one by one. You have to put all of these things on top of each other. The thing below it here is Bitcoin shorts. And what we can see here is that it's actually still saying it's a good time to short. But our momentum is slowly starting to pan out as our momentum is starting to switch to longs. So what this means is that we're getting close to a bottom, in my opinion, if we're not already there. However, with this short potential, we could still see that drop and still be at a very good long opportunity, right? Because say this does short, right? And we run out of steam, we go down to 25, 24,000. That's an even better opportunity to long, and we will see this start to grow. So taking a look at Bitcoin shorts and longs, we're getting half of a mixed signal, but more towards it's time to long, and that shorts are going to be exhausted here soon based off this momentum wave. And, you know, we could be seeing the bottom. But the problem is that with these two together, that bottom, you could be right, it's time to long. But if you're trying to put in a tight leverage thing, you may still get stopped out because it's still a good time to long, but it's going to be a good time to long until Bitcoin finds its bottom. So this to me is just letting me know that we could be running out of steam here on the shorts, and it could be potentially time to long. Another thing to look at and to show the difference here is this is XRP longs and shorts, and we can see that down here XRP is ready to be putting in a long, and it was actually time to stop shorting about a week ago. And looking back at all the shorts of XRP, you can see that we don't stay down here very long, so it's actually a very good time to long. And you can see here we're at very, very low time for longs on XRP. So this is when people just aren't really paying attention. And you know, with this lawsuit and the SEC actually having to potentially have Hinman sit on the stand, we could get some more news on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you know, this whole space could get flipped upside down in a heartbeat just off of this XRP case, because this affects all crypto right now. But the only reason I bring this up is to show that, you know, we are getting close to the bottom, or pretty much the bears are gonna have to get exhausted here, and it's gonna be time to start buying again. And just lastly here before I end the video, because I know I've talked a lot about just the concept of where we're at here, we can see on the Wyckoff that we could be coming back down to retest this spring again, if this is the theory that pans out, or we could just come crashing down to here and we have to extend phase C. You know, if we break much lower, this was most likely actually a distribution pattern, and we have a full extension down, and that could be wave B to C if you're talking about Elliott theory and correction waves. You know, so it just doesn't matter which way you're trying to do it. So I had one question that says, what's the one thing that you would do that would make you change your mind right now? The one thing that would make me change my mind that we're not going to keep going down, or that we are for sure going to start going up, is this trend line right here, where we have 2 touches, almost 3 touches. If we can get above that, we'll have broken the downtrend that we have been in since way, way, way back in April. So, you know, if we get above that, then I'm going to start probably buying into my longs on different cryptos. But again, you guys know I'm still just sitting back on the sideline. As we can see, Bitcoin is still coming down. But if we look here on the hourly, what I have done is we can see that pattern that we were in. I went ahead and drew 2 little lines here. We can see the support resistance is here. And for this, I actually just drew my cursor across to see where it would find the support there. And then I put this line here. So this could be a spot that we come down to 31.1 even. You know, we could find good support here and keep going up. We could keep plummeting down. Question is, we don't know. So, you know, with all this information, basically everybody is half one way, half the other. Which way it'll go, it's a toss-up. And you know, anybody who says I predicted this, I guarantee you they just got lucky, including me. And you know, right now is the time to keep educating yourself and learning as much as you can. So if you have any indicators or anything you have questions on, please let me know. If you guys would just like me to start covering news articles and things, start putting them on Twitter, tweeting, putting them at me, throw them in the Discord, something like that. And if you want my opinion on certain news articles, we can go over that, and I can do my best to do a thorough explanation of either how the tech works, whatever makes it easier for you guys. So just let me know what to do. Hopefully I get the next booster box Pokemon cards tonight. We'll open those on stream, but either way, we'll be streaming some sort of game tonight and going over charts, and we'll see how this weekend takes us. So thank you guys for everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.